Dear student, now I give lecture on electromechanical breakdown and thermal breakdown only. This is the two types of breakdown in solid dielectrics. First we studied about the electromechanical breakdown. So when solid dielectrics are subjected to high electric field, failure occurs due to electrostatic compressive forces which can exceed the mechanical compressive strength only. Suppose the thickness of the specimen is D0 and is compressed to a thickness D under the applied voltage V means then the electrically developed compressive stress is in the equilibrium condition. How to calculate it means using this formula, that is epsilon naught epsilon r V squared divided by 2D squared equal to y natural logarithmic d naught divided by d. D naught is nothing but the thickness of the specimen. D is the that is the compressed, that is the thickness of that one, and then applied voltage V is the applied voltage, y is the Young's modulus. You know the epsilon naught epsilon permeability, that is the relative permeability epsilon r, epsilon naught is the absolute permeability only. So from the above equation again we have to get, that means V squared is equal to D squared into 2y divided by epsilon naught epsilon r natural logarithmic into D naught divided by D. So usually the mechanical instability occurs when the mechanical instability occurs under this condition only, that is d by d0 is equal to 0.6 or d0 by d is equal to 1.6. D naught means that is the d0 or d naught is nothing but what, that is the thickness of the specimen, d is the thickness only. So therefore substituting this equation in the 4.2, that is the equations, so therefore E maximum is equal to V divided by D naught is equal to 0.6 into root of y divided by epsilon naught into epsilon r only. Therefore the above equations is only approximate as that is the Young's modulus y depends on the mechanical stress only. When the material is subjected to high stresses, the theory of elasticity does not hold good and plastic deformation has to be considered only. The electromechanical breakdown. Recently, this theory has been modified based on the concept of fracture mechanics, and then in the new mechanism, that is the filamentary shaped cracks propagate through the dielectric material, releasing both the electrostatic energy and the electromechanical strain energy stored in the material due to the applied electric field only. So therefore this is the analogous to the conventional mechanical crack propagation in brittle material only. So whereby the cracks propagate spontaneously if the strain energy released is greater than the required to overcome the toughness of the material only. Next is the thermal breakdown. So the thermal electrochemical method is the previous one is nothing but the electromechanical, electrical and then mechanical combined together, that is the electromechanical breakdown. Again thermal is nothing but the kit, that is the breakdown voltage of the solid dielectric should increases with its thickness only. So therefore a certain thickness above, that means the heat generated in the dielectric due to the flow of current determines the conduction only. When an electric field is applied to the dielectric, that means the conduction current, however small it may be, flows through the material only. Therefore the current heats up the specimen and the temperature rises. Therefore the heat generated is transferred to the surrounding medium by conduction only through the solid dielectric and by radiation from its outer surface. That means the heat transformation that means three method is there. One is conduction method, convection method, radiation method. Here we are using conduction and radiation. That means the heat transferred to the surrounding medium by conduction through the solid dielectric. Another one is by radiation from its outer surfaces only. The next, that means if the equilibrium is reached, when the equilibrium is reached, the heat used to raise the temperature of the dielectric plus the heat radiated out equals the heat generated, then only the equilibrium conditions achieved. So therefore the heat generated under DC, therefore the stress E is equal, that is the E is given as WDC equal to E squared, that means tau only. That is the tau is the DC conductivity of the specimen. If suppose we are using the AC field, that is the DC field. Now if AC field means how to calculate the heat generated. That is WAC E squared F, that is the frequency, epsilon r tan delta divided by 1.8 into 10 to the power 12. The unit is watts per centimeter cube only, where F is the frequency and then delta is the loss angle of the dielectric material, and then epsilon r is nothing but relative permeability, and then E is nothing but the armature value of the electric field only, and then the heat dissipated is nothing but WT. So therefore is given how to calculate means that is WT is equal to CV dt divided by dt plus diversion of K grade T only. That is the CV is nothing but the specific heat of the specimen, and then T is the temperature of the specimen, and then K is the thermal conductivity of the specimen, and then T is the time over which the heat is dissipated. The equilibrium is reached when the heat generated, that is either DC or AC, that is WDC or WAC, becomes equal to the heat dissipated, that is WT, that is WDC is equal to WT or WAC equal to WT only. Actually in practical there is always some heat is radiated out only. That is, now you see the diagram. So the diagram represents the thermal instability in solid dielectrics. X-axis is temperature, y-axis is heat generated or heat lost only. So here you see the curve. The first one is the heat generated E1 and E2. That is the two field is there, no? One is DC field, another one is AC field. So therefore heat generator at two field E1 and E2, that is the two curves only. So the breakdown occurs when W, that is the DC or WAC, that is the heat generated, that means for AC field and DC field exceeds WT, that is the heat dissipation only. So therefore the thermal instability happened in the thermal breakdown. So therefore at field the E2 breakdown occurs in the both temperature, that is TA. 2 points is there, no? You see the curve E2, then 2 points is there, that is one is TA, another one is TB, another one is T naught only. So the TA TB is nothing but that is the heat generated is less than the heat lost for the field E2, and hence the breakdown will not occur only. So this is the from the then from this diagram you can clearly understand thermal instability how to happen in the solid dielectrics. Next you see the tabular column. That means the table is that is the one point this gives, that means the thermal breakdown stresses in the dielectrics only. So what are some few materials? I give the examples. muscovite mica, rock salt, high grade porcelain, HB Satrite, the quartz perpendicular and parallel to axis, capacitor paper, polythene, then polystyrene. These are the some materials. These are the materials. This what is the maximum thermal breakdown stress? The unit is megavolt per centimeter. Then DC supply and then AC supply. Just mention the value for the particular one only. So from the tabular column, you clearly understand the thermal breakdown voltages of various materials under AC and DC field only. And then this is the great importance to practicing engineers. Most of the insulation failures in high voltage power apparatus occurs due to thermal breakdown only. The thermal breakdown sets an upper limit for increasing the breakdown voltage when the thickness of the insulation is increased only. Suppose for a given loss angle and applied stress, the heat generator is proportional to the frequency and hence the thermal breakdown is more serious at high frequencies. Then in the from the table length, then the power loss under AC field is higher, the heat generation is also high, and hence the thermal breakdown stresses are lower under the AC conditions than under DC conditions. So in this lecture video you clearly understand the two more types of the breakdown in solid dielectrics. The first one is electromechanical breakdown, another one is the thermal breakdown. Thank you student for watching this video.